damn it. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, shit. I'm so. I'm so sorry. One button ends the stream. One button. It's one button. It's just one button. It's just one button. Ah! I'm so mad at myself right now. I don't mean to be restarting over and over and over. All right. So this is what I wanted to do. Why am I here now? So Warren Kinsella, he's a Canadian. Oh, just restarted. Guaranteed. Oh yeah, he likes to block people a lot. Because he's got some of the thinnest skin for a Canadian. I mean, look at that. You can see his thin upper lip. Where is it? I don't even care what he thinks about Soros. It has nothing to do with it. Where's the photo? See, there it is. Elgin Street. Yeah, headed towards the hill. And yeah, no, he's not profound. People give him way too much thought, and that's what I mean. I basically know nothing about him besides he's their spin doctor. See, he doesn't need to say anything because he knows that the idea has already been planted in the liberals' heads. So they just see that and they go, "Oh, all of the people," because he's so trustworthy. I don't even think people listen to him anymore. It's just he's one of the people who likes to stir the pot a lot, I guess. So give him no mind, no thought, no peace. Just let him continue doing his bit. These old school liberals, as far as I can understand, especially in Canada, they kind of like things being the status quo, the us versus the two-tier system. They're very much old, in my opinion. Old school Canadian liberals really miss England and the old style of doing things, bowing down to the king and the queen and, dressing up in those fancy little tuxedos and suits. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all want to go to stuff like that. It's just these people, they really, really like being in charge. They really, really like feeling like they're way more important than they are. And that's why he's trying to paint everyone as racist. Well, everyone who disagrees with mask mandates is racist. And it doesn't matter how many times we condemn the people in the trucks, right? Or how many times we condemn the racists who are joining. All they have to say is, I don't know what you're talking about, in terms of having groped a reporter or basically not really apologizing for having worn blackface twice and singing the banana song. That they just have to address it, kind of move on from it, whereas the other side, they have to address it constantly, over and over and over, because we have the sin of having the side of racists, I guess. I mean, I've never met somebody who's worn blackface, and I've never met our prime minister. I kind of don't understand how I know basically he didn't get elected. It was all minority governments, and he just happened to have the most seats. He didn't even win a popular vote. Still don't think that matters. I think the whole system is broken at this point anyway. Both in America and Canada, they've proven why democracy doesn't work. Republicanism, whatever it's called, works. Where you have a whole bunch of little city states side by side, and the next person says, "Well, what if I choose to invade you?" We're already getting invaded. Like, what are you talking about? We've been getting invaded by bad ideas from other countries for over 40 years. How else do you think we got to where we are? Canada also never really did anything to get its own freedom. So this is what surprised me about this trucking movement. I wanted to read this article. Oh my god, I just about had a heart attack. I thought this said it was a 38-minute read. I didn't say, never mind. Just goddamn Don Cherry saying he's 100% behind the convoy. How could this be 38 minutes long? I was looking in the wrong spot. So Don Cherry is 100% behind the convoy truckers, as he calls. Or sorry, Don Cherry wanted. What the hell is wrong with me tonight? Warmington. Don Cherry, 100% behind convoy truckers he calls great Canadians. And they are. They're way, I would even say they're way better than me. I'm just sitting in my, my room and sitting in front of a camera talking into a microphone. They're the ones driving across the country, you know, in one person's words, wasting gas and contributing to the carbon issue. I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're doing a great job, and I'm getting really. I should find these next time, and I'm gonna put them up when I say them, just so that you can see I'm not making this shit up. These people really think it's okay for the government to have as much overreach as they do into your lives. When it comes to protesting, Cherry feels as long as it's done peacefully, it's perfectly fine. Yes, don't I denounce all of the people who protest violently. There's a time and place for everything. There's no time to protest violently now. This is not the time. This is the time for peaceful protests. This is the time for getting the attention of the prime minister and letting him know he's not liked, and that if he doesn't change things now, they'll make sure that next election he's gone. Will it work? I doubt it. Toronto holds a lot of influence, and a lot of people in Toronto seem to really enjoy being railed by, the government, and having the rest of the country railed alongside them. I mean, honestly, I've never seen like softer, weaker people than city people, and I'm a soft, weak person. I mean, I'm afraid of needles. I mean, I guess that's it. That must be why I haven't got my vaccination. So yeah, there he is. I don't know what he's wearing. That's not. Oh, there he is. There's the plaid. Truckers making their way across frozen Canada in the Freedom Convoy have the coach in their corner. That's good. I'm 100% behind the truckers, Don Cherry told the Toronto Sun Friday. There's Joe Warmington. I told you guys he writes articles. Here he is. They're the salt of the earth and the heartbeat of the country. See, my grandfather would like that. Cherry said he's thrilled to see all of the patriotism countrywide. I'm also impressed with all the people out cheering on the highways and the bridges. If I were to try to do his voice, I'd just be coughing out my lungs. They're out there offering lunches and pats on the backs all across the country. It's amazing. I mean, that's not easy. It's negative 20 degrees out there, and yet they are there to let the truckers know they are with them. This week has seen growing support for the convoy, including from the richest person on earth. See, Elon Musk, celebrities like Rob Schneider, Russell Brand, Tucker Carlson. Didn't know that. Joe Rogan. Oh yeah, he and Peterson talked about that. I'm not there yet in that podcast yet. I haven't made it there. Is my hair just falling out of my stupid man bun? See, I'm more afraid of getting my hair cut than I am needles. That's because that story with what's his face. I'm just waiting for my superpowers to come in. That's about it. But it's time for a big Canadian name. Add grapes to this list of the famous offering of 2 thumbs up. The legendary former coach of the Boston Bruins, who also coached Team Canada in international competition, said he's always had a solid respect for truckers when he was a kid growing up in Kingston. I was never a truck driver, but I was a guy loading the trucks when they came in, said Cherry. Until I went to the Boston Bruins as a coach, I worked every summer in construction when I was in Rochester. I worked at Kodak. I was at Kodak. It was at Kodak where he got to know many long-haul truckers. They're a tough group, he said. They pick up or drop off their load, and then they're right back in their rigs to drive thousands of miles to do it again. Yeah, my uncle and his friends were. I don't know how far my uncle went or any of his friends, but they did drive truck. This has basically nothing to do with trucking, but they're very focused, I'd say. They'd come in, they'd say hi, Johnny be good, grab the bag of whatever they had, and that always creeped me out. Always had bags of something. They were going into the cellars. They could have been transporting bodies. Luckily, they weren't. I hope. I mean, Brian, my uncle's a pretty interesting fellow, but I don't think he's that interesting. He's interesting in the sense that he's one of the. For what it looks like, look at this distinguished gentleman YouTube. Thank you. It's nice to see you. I'm going on about Don Cherry being for the long haul truckers. And I was just rambling about my uncle for some reason. Well, he's a trucker too, not long haul like what they're talking about here, but he used to come in with packages. I guess I was saying they were laser focused. So how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing great there. Just covering more of this. I don't know why I blanked my mind, but it's because it got like four names. This freedom trucking. Wow, see, truckers for freedom or freedom convoy. That's it. It's a freedom convoy 2022. But seeing as you're one of the, I usually talk about entertainment with you. Did you see that thing? The Flash did. The Flash. I mean, Ezra Miller did. I'm going to talk about that later, but I just want to make sure if you know about it. That I watched it yesterday. It made me laugh because of just how I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm seeing all the people taking on the the problems in this world, and then all of a sudden I've got Ezra Miller. Just he kind of looks like, I don't know. He shouldn't be driving if he is, but it looks like he's driving, and he just the message he drops is crazy. He plans on taking on the KKK. He gets a little heated, mind you, but I'm going to talk about that in a few. Anyways, yeah, you've been following me start this trucking thing anyway. So I'll just continue this here quickly. It should always be a person's own choice instead of vaccines. I've had 3 shots, but it was my own decision. Exactly. I did not tell anybody else what they should do and would never tell anybody what they should do. It's up to them. That, he said, is basic liberty. Same goes when it comes to demonstrating or protesting. Cherry feels as long as it's done peacefully, it's perfectly fine. And that's basically it. Again, we've been calling out. I every time I go on Twitter today, people are calling out racists. They don't want anything to do with any violent protesters or anything, and it really just seems to be like my country leader who's kind of hiding out. Wow, I'm at. I'm basically done at the end of that, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm hoping everything in Ottawa is safe. We have a convoy of truckers leaving from my town tomorrow at around 10:30. I'm going to try and get some photos and some footage. Maybe I'll run it on the stream before I start anything else tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically the big thing happening in Canada right now. I'd finish the article, but I feel like if it's the way I was brought up, I feel like this article is going to repeat itself again. And I'm kind of getting tired of just repeating the same thing over and over again. I've been trying to get through this for my camera was what was screwing me up the last couple of days. I didn't realize that plugging it in would cause an internet issue. It was what was causing the spikes. So now, should I do? You know what? I'm gonna do the Neil Young thing last because I'm sure everybody's heard of it. But Ezra Miller, The Flash, because I've been that I want to watch it again. I watched it once, just once. Oh, oh, never mind. That's just a thing. That's an account that likes to mess with me. All right, so this is from Mercury Snyder. I have no audio. That's why. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, whoa, that's not supposed to happen. All right. So here's the video. I found it. Didn't take me long at all. There he is. The king. I really do enjoy him as a Flash. I would act. See, I really like the Flash show up until maybe season 3 or 4. So it's kind of hard. Like, I like how light the other one is, and I like how he handles his version. But if I have to pick one, I would have to say I like his version of the Flash better. But you'll never guess honestly what he has to say here. Like we have the liberal spin doctor taking on what could be Ottawa teenagers playing a prank. And then we have Ezra Miller taking on real racists. Oh, now we have quiet. Whoa.
Hi,
Turn that up.
Ezra Miller, aka the Bengal Goose.
I don't know what that is.
And this is a message for the
See, everything he says sounds like it's code.
Of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan. Hello, first of all, how are y'all doing?
Here, I'll back it up one last time just because I realized my audio was
Hi,
up.
this is Ezra Miller, aka the Bengal Ghouls, the Mad Goose Wizard.
Who calls him any of this stuff?
This is a message for the Beulahville chapter.
Does he give himself these names?
Of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan.
See? Beulah chapter.
Hello, first
North
of all,
Carolina.
how are y'all doing?
Is he trying to speak like a hick?
It's me. Look, if y'all want to die,
what? Like, see, that's what I mean. He just suddenly drops that. If y'all want to die,
okay. Otherwise,
that is not how you handle anyone.
Keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you know what I'm talking about.
I hope he's in the passenger side.
You know, we'll do it for you if that's really what you want. Okay, talk to you soon.
See, he looks. I'm not trying to say he looks unhinged, but isn't he the like? Didn't he kind of punch a woman in the mouth or choke her out or something? Like, I think I just saw that a second ago. I think it was he choked her out. I thought he punched her in the mouth, but I guess he choked her out. What is it with actors and just being off the rockers, right? What was it? 2 years ago, Army Hammer. I eat people. I eat their legs or something like that. And you got Ezra Miller. I'm gonna go beat up the KKK. All right. Why? Like, I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I don't think, but if they haven't done anything, I don't think they deserve to be attacked for it. Leave them alone. Just like they're leaving other people alone. Finally, they learned their lesson. When they start that shit up again, go after them. If you want to change their minds, talk to them. Do like Daryl. What is it? I can't think of his name right now. I think it's Daryl Davis. I would call him Boogie Woogie Daryl because if you Google on YouTube Boogie Woogie Daryl, it brings him up. Like, watch. YouTube. Boogie Woogie Daryl. Boogie Woogie Daryl. There he is. Well, it's Daryl's Boogie Woogie. Daryl Davis. Yeah, he did. He converted Klan members. I think he was a little more success. Oh, damn it! I forgot that shit. History. See, I'm a one man act. There we go. Boogie Woogie Daryl. So when I want to point over there, I got to point out. Okay, cool. Boogie Woogie Daryl. That's how you deal with racist. You don't. I don't know what. Threaten them to kill themselves with their own shotguns. I don't know, that sounds. You're basically chalking them all up to being the same too. And that I think that's basically the biggest issue right now is people on both sides are just like. I know a lot of people who like to call themselves conservatives who chalk up all liberals right now to just being fascist fear mongers, and a lot of liberals who just think conservatives are racist murderers who blink and they're gonna kill you. I don't think either group are really that, and I think we basically need to chill. I think that's where I think that's the point we're really at now. I should have set a proper timer because I would be fucking up the episode like that. I think I'm 30 minutes in now. All right. If you seeing I'm still on Daryl's Boogie Woogie, you should totally go check that out. It's actually pretty good. I've got stuck in my head almost constantly. I don't even think I'm doing it right, but still. No. Sorry, I don't know why. I'd like to know if he's been following something in North Carolina. Does he know something we don't? One moment. There was something I was sent earlier. Wait, what? Oh no. What's that? That's a Joe Biden wake up thing. And maybe I'm thinking that maybe I already did show it. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm on top of things. I'm looking at everything. And then Neil Young. Neil Young taking on Spotify. And I guess their stock went up. Joe Rogan versus here. We'll use CBC because it's got to be Canadian content, right? Got to use Canadian sources. And you can't get more. Almost screwed the whole joke up. You can't get more unbiased than more neutral than CBC, right? Can't get any more neutral than CBC. Spotify to remove Neil Young's music after complaint over Joe Rogan. I mean, he's basically leaving. 1 second. Okay. Maybe we'll go back to the trucking thing in a moment because there's a new lone wolf individuals. Oh, God. Are we going to get blamed for lone wolf individuals? I like the way they say lone wolf individuals. You know what? We'll do this this Neil Young because I don't actually know very much about the Neil Young thing. He's being removed from Spotify's streaming service after the singer-songwriter objected to his song is playing on the same platform that offers Joe Rogan's podcast. People actually were listening to him. I'm kidding. Earlier this week, Young had released a letter addressed to his manager. I'm sorry, because I want to say Young Gravy, so I'm just trying to get caught up to my brain. His manager and record label, Warner Music Group, demanding that Spotify no longer carry his music because he said Rogan spreads misinformation about COVID-19 vaccines. But what about all the times he spread information that agrees with the vaccines? We're going to lose all that stuff if Joe Rogan goes. What the hell does Neil Young offer? A guitar? On Wednesday, the Canadian-born singer known for he does Heart of Gold. I hate that song. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I actually don't like that song. And Rockin' in the Free World. That one's not too bad. If I'm gonna say I can't stand Heart of Gold, I guess Rockin' in the Free World isn't too bad. Thanked his record label for standing with me in my decision to pull all my music from Spotify, as he stood with his walker. And he encouraged other musicians to do the same. If it could convince the ones, like, there are much better music apps than Spotify. All Spotify has, in my opinion, I rather Tidal. I think Tidal sounds much better, works better, runs faster. You know how many times Spotify has crashed on me just because I was staring at it for too long? You know how many times Spotify has made updates that just don't make sense? Like it's a terrible app. Everybody uses it. It's a terrible app. I don't care. I love it. I'm not going to change it until I can get everybody else in my family to change, but I'm not going to leave because of Neil Young. Spotify has become the home of life-threatening COVID misinformation, he said on his website. Lies being sold for money. Oh? I'll take your integrity. The Swedish company said it works to balance both safety for listeners and freedom from creators. Safety for what? Definitely not my damn eardrums. And that it has removed more than 20,000 podcast episodes related to COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. We regret Neil's decision to remove his music from Spotify, but hope to welcome him back soon. Rogan, 54, the host of the Joe Rogan Experience, the top-rated podcast on Spotify, which holds exclusive rights to the program, has stirred controversy with his views on the pandemic, government mandates vaccines to control this. Yeah, okay. Earlier this month, 270 scientists and medical professionals. What? I thought they were doctors. What happened to them being doctors? So they're not experts. They're not expert doctors, is what you're telling me. Anyway, urging Spotify to take action against Rogan, accusing him of spreading falsehoods on the podcast. We're not shilling for the big pharma. No, we've never shilled for big pharma ever. I watched a great documentary on opioids in the wrestling industry. I don't remember what it's called. Young, 76, said Spotify accounted for 60% of the streaming of his music to listeners. Young, 76, said Spotify accounted for 60% of his streaming of the streaming of his music to listeners around the world. A huge loss for my record company to absorb. Warner Music Group. Now, can I play stupid for a little bit just to be like Warner Music Group? Like, you know, owned by Warner Brothers. Okay. It's not like they've been making a lot of good choices lately. I didn't mean to clap like that. I was reading earlier today some of the dumbest things I've heard in a long time about the upcoming The Flush movie. The Flash. Actually, I might find it easier if I go with The Flush. Because that's really what they should do with this movie. Flush it down the damn toilet. Because I think honestly, if we're gonna have to get two really ridiculous Flashes, I'll stick to Grant Gustin. I like the way Ezra Miller has done this, his Flash, the way it's been in the Snyder Cut. Basically, all the only place we've seen him. Oh, unbiased. Okay. One moment. I just need to find who. Well, I remember who wrote it, but I just want the leaks. Not the leaks. They're not really. Them. Yeah, I guess they're leaks. I'm thinking of spoilers. What am I, stupid? Um. Well, they were saying stuff like Sasha Calais is Supergirl is supposed to be doobie doobie doo latest from people I follow. What the hell? I didn't click on Pam and Tommy. Are you high out of your mind, Twitter? What are you clicking on? People I follow. Flush. All right. Well, I can't find it, but if I find it again, I'll talk about it then. So maybe we'll talk about it on Monday. But it was saying stuff like Sasha Calais. Oh no. Oh no. Well, the trash. All right. You know what? I'll show that one. I like that one. Oh, why does it do that? Is it because I'm hitting the period? No, I'm hitting the period when I'm over there. There it is. The trash. I don't mean to scream in the microphone like that. I don't know how to work this thing. See? Make sure I don't shut that off. All right. Was it who? One of these, I had it up again. I don't know why I do things the way I do. But apparently Ben Affleck is now you can take them all with a grain of salt, which I would recommend. Take everything when it comes to the entertainment with a grain of salt more than really the new stuff. Because these companies are hardcore about hiding, like keeping things quiet. And no issue with that, really. I'm just going to check one more time. Is this it? No, that's. One second. Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. Did it again. I'm gonna have to make it a different button. So this is I like his stuff. Mercury. I think I might have passed it now. I see. I really can't stand that it resets it. I'm gonna have to pick a much better button. This button, I didn't know this was a reset button for the page. I thought that was F4 or F5 or whatever. Oh, yeah. Oh well. So yeah, there's some really dumb leaks coming out about. Wow, you know what? Warner Brothers billboard images. Where was it? Here. If anything, it actually explains something a little bit. Open link in new tab. No, open image in new tab. That's what I wanted. Open image in new tab. So last summer or the summer before, there was a photo of a billboard that showed Warner Brothers properties, and it had, well, I'm looking at it right now. It had a Harry Potter cast, and then it had, the Justice League on the other side. And people were asking, why is Christopher Reeve there? Because Michael Keaton is going to become our new Batman, right? And we also have Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Well, Michael Keaton's replacing Ben Affleck, and we don't have Christopher Reeve to replace Superman, despite the fact that we could just use Ray Palmer. I can't remember the guy's name, but you could just use him to continue the story of Superman. But what I was reading in the tweet was that Sasha Kelly's Supergirl is supposed to be a daughter of this Superman. Whether she's being held in a prison built by Bruce Wayne is, I don't know if that's important or whether that even matters, but apparently that was also in the tweet that I had found. But I think that's a bad way to handle a legacy character. Not necessarily like, well, yeah, he's a legacy. He's older. He's been around for a long time. The Christopher Reeve movies have been out since the 80s. So why replace him like this? I mean, with his daughter, it's still not him, and you're still replacing Superman, right? You could just leave Henry Cavill and still have Supergirl. We could have had a different, I mean, I know in the comic, that one comic, she's blonde, but we could still have had, like, you could, I mean, basically all I'm saying, you still could have had Sasha Kelly as Supergirl, but this shows that they were planning for this all along. Like, I now remembering this billboard, I really wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were going with. They were going to connect the Christopher Reeve Superman into this Justice League universe. That's how you're going to get your Michael Keaton. Apparently, they're even recutting the fights. Now, I can't remember if I read it's going to be Michael Keaton's Batman fighting Supergirl, or if it's going to be Batgirl, the new Batgirl fighting Supergirl, but that's going to be in the BVS thing. Man of Steel is going to have Supergirl instead of, like, not the Man of Steel film, but in this little flashback thing when the Flash is running back to his time. Apparently they're going to do it like that. I think that's a piss poor way of doing it. I don't care that it's spoiled for something because this is dumb. I liked where things were going originally. I was excited for the Nightmare stuff. Because the same people who are calling that it was too dark are now excited for the Batman for being darker. Oh, and Matt Reeves in terms of the Batman. Matt Reeves Batman, not an origin story. Because the last time I was here, I was talking about how Matt Reeves had called the Batman movie basically everything. It's an action movie, it's a horror movie, it's a mystery movie, it's a discovery movie, it's a documentary, it's a mockumentary, it's a this, it's a that, it's everything except it is not an origin story. I don't think Zack Snyder's was an origin story either. He was 40 years old. He had been Batman for a long time. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what the comment was. And then the Ben Affleck Batman movie wasn't going to be an origin story either because it was supposed to be a sequel. So it was never going to be an origin story. Nobody expected this Batman movie to be an origin story. We already know this. I feel bad for this poor kid. He wasted time writing something that everybody's known since the Batman movie had been announced with Ben Affleck. Imagine that. Imagine trying to get yourself excited for stuff these days. Warner Brothers does not care. They don't. I wouldn't even say they care about making money, because I'm worried they're going to lose a lot of money because of this. Why am I worried? I don't believe any studio is going to handle these characters with respect. Why? Because of the money. So I think they had it well. I don't think it's too late. I don't think they. I don't think. I genuinely don't think. I genuinely feel in my bones they have enough time to hire these people back, get the rest of the story over and done with, and keep Matt Reeves as Batman. They could have continued the Batfleck. Sure, he walked away, and guess what? I'm not. Ow, bit my tongue. I'm not even saying Matt Reeves and Ben Affleck fought. That Matt Reeves is the reason he left. No, I covered a couple days ago on stream how it was Jeff Johns' fault. How they're the ones who butted heads. How when Ben Affleck basically told them him or me, they said him. How Jeff Johns is basically just writing all of his own little happy stories. So no, I think that's what they should have to do. I think they should get rid of Jeff Johns, hire somebody else. I mean, Jon Favreau is eventually going to get to a point where he's not putting out as good stuff as he was before. I mean, has he? Was he the I don't think he was in charge of the Spider-Man movie. Let's go. Let's check that up. I think he's been doing Star Wars stuff, hasn't he? And Book of Boba Fett. I've heard nothing about that. So if he did Book of Boba Fett, yeah, he also serves as a writer and executive producer for its spin-off series, Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, he was just Happy Hogan in the Spider-Man movies. So he's eventually going to hit a point where even he's going to start losing the love of his fans to a degree, and they're going to move on to a new one. And the same thing's going to happen with Zack Snyder. In fact, I don't think all of his movies are as gold are as gold as Zack Snyder. I really like Watchmen. I really like BVS, Man of Steel, Snyder Cut Justice League. And did I say 300? So yeah, the DCEU films from him, Watchmen, and 300, and I guess it's equal. Sure, Sucker Punch is good. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. I feel like it's a girls' movie. I hope that's not wrong to say, but it feels like a girls' movie. Army of the Dead was a bizarre fucking zombie movie. I was following along really well with it until everything went wrong. And then it kind of just felt like everything went wrong because at some point in a zombie movie, everything has to go wrong. And it just felt lazy compared to how all of his other films, especially the ones that just came out, are handled. If anything, I felt like he was making fun of his own fans for just worshiping everything he has been putting out. And these new people who have jumped onto the bandwagon. But no, I don't think he's a god director. No. Whoever did Pee-wee Herman's movie. Where we landed. Oh. So yeah, that kind of ties that up again. I don't even know. Oh yeah, because we were talking about Warner Brothers, and then I started talking about this. See, I'm all over the place tonight. Well, it's been a busy couple of days the last couple. Like, Canada's just changing things. I'm hearing things in Canada that I thought I'd never hear in Canada. I genuinely thought I was like I'm not kidding. Until Justin Trudeau called these people fringe minority, I thought I was part of a fringe minority. I'm almost glad he said that. If he wouldn't have said, oh, she's just bashing on the door. If he hadn't said that, I don't think we'd be getting the support that we have. People turn around going, wait a minute. It's not fringe to believe you shouldn't have to inject yourself with something. That shouldn't be fringe. That shouldn't be fringe at all. That should be common sense. If you don't want to put something in your body, you don't have to. Now, I know I'm going to get in trouble and be called a hypocrite because some of my other stances, but nothing to do with it. So Neil, I talked about the truckers, talked about the just making sure. Like I said, I don't really have anybody bounce these ideas off. Ooh. Uh, well, if it seems a little rushed tonight, it's because I'd been trying to get for from 6 o'clock. I was trying to figure out why the camera was stuttering. Oh, that dog! She's gonna tear a hole right through into here. Yeah, hopefully people all like this weekend. Hopefully people are safe. Hopefully they don't do something stupid. Hopefully they don't set off fire. And I mean it. Don't even set off fireworks unless you know you can. Take it easy. There's gonna be a lot of you people, and we already know the people who are for the mandates. I want to see. I want to chalk people up, but I'm not going to. But the people who are pro mandate, who are standing there, shaking their heads at the truckers, they're easily startled. So don't go firing. I mean it. Don't scare them. You need their support just as much as you need the support of the people on your side. They're going to want to feel like they're listened to, and I am. I get it. It's scary living out in the world, but mandating people to do something you did isn't going to make anything better. I'm more likely to get look, I'm honestly somebody who the moment you force something, I'm just not going to do it. I don't care. I don't. I don't care if it's contrarian. I don't care if it's childish. I don't care. I don't think people should be forced to do anything. And that honestly a little bit of an anecdotal story, I guess. When I was growing up, there was a lady we used to live nearby, and she taught me a lot about the type of freedom that I have today. Even though today I feel like maybe we'd have very opposing views, but it's only because I spoke to her and she taught me some things that I believe the things I do today. One of them being, um, she taught me about Gandhi and how basically he just changed an entire country's mind by saying no. The British wouldn't kill him, and he just kept saying no. So, like, really, what does that look like? Eventually, you're just no, and you're fine with him, yeah, and so he starved, and that's exactly like I think I think we might have to end up there if this trucking thing doesn't work. But we can't scare these pro mandate people. And Trudeau's going to do everything he can to try and scare them. He's going to try to rile them up and make them believe, well, you guys aren't racist because you guys did the right thing. You're making sure that marginalized communities, which I mean, so long as you're vaccinated, you should be fine, right? And you can't really do the mental gymnastics and say, well, if you're vaccinated and I'm unvaccinated and I get sick and and it's going to mutate, because it's still going to mutate when we're all vaccinated. It's going to mutate no matter what. Like, it's basically evolution, isn't it? So yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a little scaredeth. But that's mainly because in Canada, we're pretty erratic people. Like everybody thinks Canadians are nice and friendly and sweet and calm, and no, not the Canadians I know. And that's why I'm happy that we're standing up the way we are. So thank you for stopping by. Sorry if it was a little shorter. I'm gonna cut everything together, I guess, tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow with actual gaming. I can't I can't game 5 days. I'm not. I don't think I'm that interested in gaming 5 days a week. I think I'm more interested in talking about stuff like this, bringing it to you, seeing what you people think. Now, I've got my trusty notebook. I was looking at it. I'm sure you saw that. Allison gave me this. See this? This right here? This. There we go. Look at that. You see it? That. The Invisible Book. I need a real damn green screen. I'm just gonna paint the wall behind me green. Anyhow. Yep. Be good. Be safe. Have fun. And if if you're from Cornwall and you're going to be at the truck departing point tomorrow, maybe I'll see you there, maybe I won't. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. Leave a comment. I don't care, even if you disagreed with me. I'd like to talk. I can get a little heated, but I don't actually send heated comments. They usually come out, but when I can say exactly what I need to without being heated is what I'm saying. So don't be shy. I do want people to not feel like they're being attacked. And not just by me, by all people. Now, like I said earlier, there will come a time for that. Not to like to attack with words, but that's not now. There could come a time, but it is not now. Anyways, have fun.